Well, here we are again after WrestleMania 36 Night 2. I can honestly tell you that Night 2 was stacked with bigger matches than Night 1. I don't know if it's just the long haul of watching shows back-to-back nights and not really being in the thick of it, being a real wrestling fan these days and all. But I don't know. It didn't feel like Night 2 lived up to Night 1, even though the fact that there's no real matches that really blew me away. Definitely the one thing that most people are going to remember from Night 2 is going to have to be the Firefly Funhouse with John Cena and Bray Wyatt. I'm hoping that there's going to be more to come from this on Monday Night Raw. I don't even know what's going to happen to the future of wrestling with what's going on in the world as of right now. If Monday Night Raw is just going to turn into a best of WWE show or a commercial for the network or something like that. But it's WWE. They got tons of money. As long as the wrestlers don't throw a fit and uprise and tell Vince that they don't want to be traveling through airports and things like that to get shows, they'll find a way to make a show for us to watch and continue with wrestling. And I guess Money in the Bank is the next pay-per-view. Maybe we'll get that somehow. But Night 2 of WrestleMania 36, I was really surprised that Charlotte beat Ripley for the NXT Women's Championship. It does put another big star on NXT. It was kind of surprising when Finn Balor went there, but it made sense. Charlotte going back there, even though I don't think it's like a long-term full-on move, it does solidify NXT as a real third brand. I thought it made more sense if Ripley would have beat Charlotte and solidified NXT as being a real third brand, a lot like how Bragging Rights would do, or the Survivor Series is always sort of given SmackDown the upper hand on those shows to sort of say like, hey, we're a real wrestling show over here, and you should check us out. It's not just about the Monday Night Raw entertainment show. But the Edge and Orton match, I think a lot of people are probably going to be looking forward to really wanting to see Edge have a match in the ring. But this is a way to have him come back and give us a sort of longer match. And definitely having the cuts probably helped out Edge and Orton a lot. But I think it's the Shawn and Triple H thing when they did theirs at SummerSlam 2002. That was really cool. But very few matches can live up to that. And maybe it's because I'm not the biggest Orton fan. I was rooting for Edge, put the shirt on for him. They got a pro wrestling tease. But I think we want to see the entrance, the crowd, see the match in the ring. A real wrestling match. I think that's what we want to see from Edge. Instead of seeing the bells and whistles and just trying to find a way to string along a match with the last man standing match thing. We'll get it. It'll get there. Drew McIntyre won the championship. It came out of the middle of nowhere. I think I was just really so surprised from the John Cena thing that I really wasn't paying attention to the match. I almost fell asleep during the Bayley match. Lacey Evans really surprised me, had a really good match. For a second, I thought she was going to win. It really did. And then I really thought we were all going to see Sasha Banks turn on Bayley. Didn't see it. But nothing really too big from the Street Profits match. They got the win. But WrestleMania Night 2, it had some surprises. We didn't get any returns from past legends or anything like that. So that I think that's one of the things that didn't give it the WrestleMania feel. But then again, I'm sure they didn't really want to be flying in, older legends to do things in the world the way it is today. So, WrestleMania Night 2, it wasn't as good as Night 1, but I think if they do go with this future thing of WrestleMania on two separate nights, the second night's always going to have sort of a downfall. That's the same thing a lot of people said about the New Japan show. from Wrestle Kingdom. Night 2 didn't live up to Night 1 because people were so tired from staying up all night the night before. It was hard to make it through the back-to-back nights there. So, thank you guys. We'll see what goes down with Monday Night Raw tomorrow night. I'm sure there is going to be something fun on that show because it might be the last thing that we see involving wrestling for a while from WWE.